I'm Mckenzie Chinn, history.
And are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Breathy. I love it.
Okay.
Josh LaGorn, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
I love that story. And for the last time tonight, Right Club audience, are you ready? It's Mckenzie Chinn for history in 3, 2, 1, begin.
In 2015, beloved movie star Ben Affleck made news when he tried to conceal the discovery that one of his ancestors had owned slaves. How did this happen? Well, he was featured on a television series called Finding Your Roots, which delves into the genealogy of the show's guests. On the show, the host revealed that one of his ancestors had been a sheriff who enslaved more than 24 black people. But that wasn't even the controversy. The controversy was him requesting that the segment be omitted from the show. Now, being the descendant of an enslaver is, of course, not a great look, but a worse look was when the public inevitably found out about Ben trying to hide the information. He eventually addressed it in a Facebook post saying, "I regret my initial thoughts that the issue of slavery not be included in the story, and we deserve neither credit nor blame for our ancestors." Ben, I have some notes. First of all, a Notes app apology would have been way more classy. And instead of asking for that segment to be removed, he could have just tweeted something like, "Not me discovering I'm a direct beneficiary of the grotesque and shameful institution of American slavery," distressed emoji, blushing emoji, upside down smiley face emoji, no mouth emoji, melting emoji, this emoji. So, to address my unintended involvement in this legacy of injustice and its ripples through history, I will be making a donation of 10% of my total earnings on a yearly basis to insert Black advancement organizations of choice, and pledge to be a vocal advocate for a federal bill that pays reparations to the descendants of enslaved Americans. But listen, this isn't actually about Ben Affleck, but they say, I know, disappointing. They say past is prologue. They say if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it, but how can we learn from history if we don't allow ourselves to feel or even sometimes perceive its impacts? How can we learn from history if we are constantly hiding from it? Shame is a wildly underrated emotion. I can remember being 6 years old and learning about American slavery for the first time. I remember feeling shame. Did I feel shame at being a part of a group that had experienced this devastating iteration of violence and depression? No. I was proud of being part of a group that was able to overcome it. What I felt was secondhand shame on behalf of white people, because at 6, I could barely imagine how much residual guilt I would feel as a part of a group that had perpetuated, and continues to benefit from it. At 6, I could metabolize the idea that all of us are living in its aftermath. Past is prologue. I saw a tweet recently, I saw a post from Vice President Elon Musk's website, X, that said, if your Facebook posts from 10 years ago aren't embarrassing to you now, you're not making enough progress. And yeah, how many times have I seen my old posts and thought, oh my God, yikes, girl, shut the fuck up, what are you even talking about? And now I'm searching for a way to block myself because I'm just too cringe. And I think this is kind of a healthy response. From 2011 to 2015, I was in an awful, very bad, did I mention awful relationship. The day I moved out, I remember feeling like my life had already drastically improved. But even after the relationship ended, whenever I came across old pictures of almost any aspect of my life during that time, I would feel absolutely sick, sad, and embarrassed. Even looking at pictures where I was smiling, I was instantly reminded of how lonely and small I felt. Eventually, enough time passed that looking back meant seeing happy memories, love, choices, and accomplishments that made me proud. I realized that by confronting how awful my life felt at that time and how I'd been complicit with the elements that made it so, I had subconsciously committed to living and choosing differently. The old saying goes, know better, do better. But first, we have to do the hard part of letting ourselves know. America has a hard time with this. In America, the State of the Union is never not strong. In America, the Constitution, penned by slaveholding descendants of violent colonizers, is a perfect document. In America, people are just now learning about Tulsa, about what's underneath Georgia's Lake Lanier, about the Tuskegee experiments, about Central Park when it was Seneca Village, and the best we can seem to do is half-hearted land acknowledgments. There's a reason these stories have been excluded from most history books. They're shameful. They don't inspire the brand of patriotism that makes obedient citizens. They challenge the power structure. They frequently make white people feel bad. Listen, I want to suggest that feeling bad is the appropriate response to learning that you're a part of something bad. Feeling bad is the appropriate response to learning that you're a part of something bad. And it's okay to feel bad. It's not always live, laugh, love in this bitch. Sometimes it's witness, grieve, change. And after you've let yourself feel your feelings, the next part is deciding what you're going to do about it. Some of you in here might have ancestors who enslaved people. All of us pay taxes that have destroyed the lives of innocent people half a world away. Witness, grieve, change. Change. And eventually looking back won't be so goddamn embarrassing. Eventually looking back might even be beautiful. Ben Affleck may have been right when he said we deserve neither credit nor blame for our ancestors, but I'm reminded of a line at the end of American Requiem on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album. It goes, "A funeral for fair weather friends. I am the one to cleanse me of my father's sins." Read that again. Thank you.